morning, Ayo.
Good morning, Uche.
Yes. And, you know, we saw babies on the floor with their mothers, on their mother's back, some on their father's hands.
Horrendous.
Their parents dead. All right. Well, let's begin what's trending by taking reactions to the tragic incident that occurred in Plateau State. It was Black Christmas for many, as no fewer than 100 persons were killed by terrorists in fresh attacks on several communities in Bokos and Baki local government areas of the state. The tragic incident unfolded on Saturday, extending into Christmas Eve. Casting a shadow over the festive season, the terrorists burnt down houses in no fewer than 20 different communities, sparing no one, including babies, as the casualty count continues to rise, with security forces, local vigilantes, and hunters recovering more bodies. The Plateau State Governor, Khaled Mutfwang, expressed dismay, describing the attack as unprovoked. He further appealed to those perpetrating the attacks to stop, as they have nothing to gain.
It is sad that within the last 2 days, we have lost innocent people as a result of incessant attacks in parts of Mangu and Bokos, local government areas. As a matter of fact, my own intelligence is putting it at no less than 50 people. Let me say enough is enough. We cannot continue this senseless, stupid, unprovoked attacks. It is totally uncalled for and it is needless. I want to appeal to the conscience of the sponsors of these attacks that they do not stand to gain anything from this. But let me assure them that the spirits of the people of Plateau State will not be broken.
All right, the governor here, who you both spoke with earlier, has appealed to the conscience of those who are sponsoring the attacks. But Dr. Abati, I believe I heard you earlier say that this has been going on for years, since 2009. I was having a conversation this weekend with my colleagues, and, you know, I talked about the fact that there is war in some parts of Nigeria. And I also raised the fact that there's been killings in Plateau State. You know, we went back and forth to describe what war means. Let me just read it out. What war means: a state of armed conflict between different countries or different groups within a country, or different groups within a country. You use the term bandits, Dr. Abati. I want to use the term terrorists because this is what has been approved. These people are not bandits. They are terrorists. Let me take some tweets. This is from Pastor Okezie. When will there be lasting peace in Plateau State, Nigeria? Image 1. During President Olusegun Obasanjo's tenure, more than 200 innocent souls were massacred in a single night. Image 2. During late President Yar'Adua's tenure, more than 150 innocent souls were killed. Image 3. During President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's tenure, same senseless and barbaric killings in the same state. Image 4. Former President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure wasn't spared in the wanton and senseless massacre. It went further to write, Dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the recent wanton killing of innocent souls shouldn't be swept under the carpet like in other presidents' tenure. The Nigerian Army, DSS, police, Nigerian Air Force, your men should be up and doing to forestall a reoccurrence. This is from a concerned and patriotic Nigerian. Then let me take another tweet here. This person wrote, the federal government cannot help Plateau State Governor Khaled Mutfwang must know this and learn from Kaduna and Katsina states. With an improved revenue, I see no reason why he hasn't employed and armed at least 5,000 civilian Joint Task Force officers to curb this genocide. Ayo, this is almost what I want to describe it as, genocide, because this was a well-coordinated attack, and they chose Christmas Day. What is Christmas? What does Christmas mean to you? They are sending a clear signal. This, for me, again, I will say, I will reiterate, there is war in Plateau State.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely, you've said it, OJ, in terms of it can be seen as a cleansing or a killing of a particular group of people, which would then make it genocide. When we had the governor speak earlier, I'd asked him a number of questions because this is not the first time, and I'm glad that Pastor Okeze detailed over the years.
Yes.
In an earlier interview, the governor had actually said that if there was political will, then the situation in Plateau State would be contained. He actually said a lack of political will to deal with insecurity in Plateau State is what has caused it to continue. How can a state be plagued for years, across over about 23 years, over the years, and we're saying that are we saying that Plateau State, it is impossible to bring peace to Plateau State? He also mentioned the fact that one of the reasons this has continued to thrive is that there are no arrests. So the perpetrators, we just condemn the killings, we release a presidential statement. However, in defense of President Tinubu, let me give him the benefit of the doubt, because he's just come into power. The others had spent 8 years in office and not been able to control the situation in Plateau State. He has said as part of his 8-point agenda that he was going to deal decisively with the issue of insecurity. Unfortunately, in Jigawa State, there were also issues beyond Plateau State. But Plateau State has been a hotbed of farmer-herder clashes, ethno-religious clashes. So there has to be a solution to this. Also, I cannot absolve the governor, even though I had said earlier on that, well, because security is the federal government's responsibility. However, when it comes to non-kinetic response, that's where the governor comes in. And then like the Pastor Okeze had mentioned, we can borrow from the likes of, not just, even in Benue State, where the governor sees that my people are dying, I have to take responsibility. I cannot just come and be offering condolences and commiserations as the first citizen of the state. So what am I doing to engage the citizens themselves? Because people in Plateau State must be tired of these killings. So I do believe that, as we mentioned, beyond the civilian joint task forces, engaging young people in Plateau State, engaging the community for intelligence in Plateau State, to be able to mitigate such attacks, it was huge. I mean, it took on more than one day, and it was targeted, like you mentioned.
Yes.
Really sad to all those who have been affected by this, and I pray that this will be the last of what we'll see in Plateau State.
It is a sad story in Plateau State. This is the kind of news that people will not broadcast because they don't want the international communities to see it. This is the kind of news that they will keep secret. You will hardly see national televisions in Nigeria talking about people that died on Christmas Day. I mean, yesterday being 25th of December 2023. Armed groups have killed more than 100 people in a string of attacks targeting towns across central Nigeria. Another day, deadly episode in a region with persistent religious and ethnic tension. They call it Fulanis and the farmers' clashes, but it is more than what you think. It is not just about Fulani and herders' clashes. All these attacks has been the bandits, the Boko Haram coming into the community and killing people. And the local officials on Monday said the toll of the week attack by armed groups, sometimes called bandits, has risen to 113. Increasing sharply from the government initial count of 16. The federal government initially said there were 16 people that they have been killed, but the community reported, and also the Plateau State government reported, that there are 113 people that have been killed. This is so bad. Where are we going from there as a country? Just imagine as many as 113 persons have been confirmed killed as Saturday hostilities persisted to early hours of Monday. Almost 3 days of constant killing and no intervention of the military, no intervention of police. Head of the local government, Mr. Monday Kaza in Bokos in Plateau State, told the agency of France Press News Agency, I was very, very furious when I heard that even some international medias were there when our national media like Channels Television, Arise News, we are not there, you know. I mean 3 days from Saturday to Monday. It's like a battle, killing people in the community and no intervention, no military intervention, no police intervention. Where are we heading to as a nation? Where are we heading to? Now, the local government chairman said that the attack was well coordinated, which also injured more than 300 people. So they were not talking about those people that were killed, but more than 300 people were injured as well. Targeted at least 20 communities across the region. this is a coordinated attack. And federal government have not issued statements. They have not visited there. As in, this is very bad. This is very bad. Proactive measures will be taken by the government to curb the ongoing attacks against the innocent civilians has been let me say, it has been the creed, the motto that the government always said. When attack happen, they will say proactive measure will be taken by the government to curb the ongoing attacks. No, this is more than saying that the proactive measure will be taken. We need an urgent attention. We need action. We need action. Any government that cannot protect his people is less than a government, is less than a nation. Now, the other day in Kaduna State, the military airstrike mistakenly killed civilians. Now, the military cannot be killing civilians at the same time the bandits are killing civilians, the Boko Haram are killing civilians. What have we done as a Nigerian? Just our crime is that we are Nigerians. This is so bad. It's so bad. Well, the local government chairman, Kaza, did not say who was responsible for the attack, but noted that the injured people were taken to hospital. But without being told, we know that they are the bandits, the Boko Haram, all these Islamic jihadists. These people are the ones terrorizing the region right from time. Now, Plateau State is not the only state that are receiving such attack. It's one of the several states that make up the ethnically and religiously diverse middle belt in Nigeria, where climate change and expanding agriculture has strained communities and increased tension between Muslim herders and Christian farmers. Hundreds of people have been killed in cases of intercommunal violence in recent years. After the weekend attack, the right group Amnesty International said authorities in West African nation have been failing to end frequent deadly attacks on rural communities of Plateau State, and that is the truth. See, Amnesty International got it right by saying that the government have failed consistently in curbing this attack. So, when our former president Muhammadu Buhari was in office, when such attack happened, only thing you will hear from him is that I am shocked. I am shocked. I am shocked. Every time he will be saying, I am shocked. I am shocked. But they fail to take action. That is the point. They fail to take action. Well, this conflict has continued to roil the country's northern and central region, where armed groups are active and government forces have been accused of committing abuses. This month, Nigerian President Bola Tinubu ordered an investigation after the military drone strike killed 85 civilians gathered for a religious celebration. Tinubu lamented what he called the bombing mishap. Kaduna Governor Obansani said at that time that the civilians were mistakenly killed by the drone targeting terrorists and bandits. This is the kind of thing we see in our country, Nigeria, and I pray God will help us.
The governor of Plateau State was there being politically correct. He's not speaking as if someone that his people are being massacred. And there's some who are saying that, oh, because he has Supreme Court case and whatever. And this is to Plateau State governor. If your Supreme Court case is more important to you than the lives of your people that are being killed, then you are not fit to govern them. You're not fit to govern them. It's better you lose that case and just get the heck out of the way. Because I can't understand how your people are being killed. Even on your social media, you haven't spoken about it. You're busy talking about some musical event that they are going to do. You're busy, the birthday that the Christmas wishes that your wife wished you. That's all you're putting on your Twitter. And fantastic. Nobody is saying that your wife shouldn't wish you Christmas message. But what about the people that have been massacred? What about the people that can't wish each other Christmas messages? What about the people that went to the village? Plateau State government also gave free transport for people to, whether it's free transport or whatever, people to go to their villages. Now they've gone to their villages, they've been killed. I don't even think they're even flying anything at half mast. You are there instead of you to cry out, let the whole world hear that your people are being massacred. Let the whole world, you are saying that you cannot ascertain the numbers because this thing is going. Were you not supposed to have moved there to go and check and see? By now you would have said on ground, you'll be there to see the people that have been killed, that have been massacred. No, you aren't there. You're talking this thing, or you're trying to be politically correct with your people's lives that are being killed. Because some people are saying, because you have court case. Your ambition to be governor should be more than the lives of your people. Then who are you going to govern? Who then are you governing? I don't get it. Yes, the Nigerian laws, the way our own setup is, the protection, you are not in control of the what do you call it now, military and all of that. But nobody says that you cannot cry out about your people being killed. You should be at the forefront. You should be shouting. People should be hearing you crying out. The whole world by now should be hearing you and you showcasing this thing that has gone on. Calling on the illegitimate government to do the needful, calling on the military to protect your people. Are you not a federating state? Plateau State is a federating state, a federating unit, and as much part of Nigeria as any other place. And your people are being killed and you're being politically correct. Honestly, today, I'm really so angry with the massacre, that has gone on in Plateau State, with people being killed across different local governments, across different villages. It's so annoying, for people to come, not just one local government, but different local government and different villages, to go in there and be killing people over there. That means they had more than enough time for them to operate unchallenged and go and meet people that are defenseless, people that are struggling, people that are just trying to eke a living, people that are surviving, not necessarily living, for them to be massacred. It's really so annoying. Honestly, it's messed up my day, my everything. And you can imagine people who have their loved ones as victims in this whole thing, and silence from the military, silence from the illegitimate government. It's just silence. People are suffering, and it's just as if, oh, it's okay for people just to be killed. How is that okay? How is that okay? How is that okay? Citizens are being killed. These are people just like us. When they are done killing the people in the villages, they're going to come after us that we think we're living in the cities. We think we are safe. Nobody is safe. We're all victims waiting to happen. And like I always said, yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's survivors. And tomorrow's victims will be today's survivors. The question is, who is next? Being a victim in Nigeria is no longer a matter of if you'll be a victim. It's a matter of when will you be a victim, because the victim card is going around, and every one of us, we're all victims waiting to happen. Those that have been killed before will not be killed again. The next to be killed are those of us that are alive. And I ask again, who is next? All these people that you are seeing killing people in the villages, going there to massacre them, one day they will get tired of the killing people in the villages. It will no longer be fun for them. They will come into the cities and meet us where we are in the cities and begin to kill us one after the other in the cities. Is that when we are going to talk? Is that when we're going to do something? This government, this illegitimate government that we have, they could literally kill 50 million Nigerians and they wouldn't be bothered, as long as it's not any of them or their loved ones or their cronies that are involved. The Nigerian life, for them, is collateral damage. We are the ones that will make our lives to be important. Otherwise, they'll continue to do us like as if it's chicken. Because I won't even say cows, because a cow's life is even more valuable than that of a Nigerian as it is.
Under our laws, the key responsibility of government is to ensure the security and the welfare of the people. Chapter 2, Section 14. Now, what the tweet from Pastor Okezie pointed out is simply that over the years, since even the return to democratic rule, the Nigerian state has continued to fail the Nigerian people. If you cannot secure them, either in the central part of Nigeria, either in Plateau State or in southern Kaduna, or in the southern part of the country, or in the northeastern corridor of the country, it means that the state is failing the people. And many people die in Nigeria for no reason at all.
None.
They go to bed at night, by morning, a whole family has been wiped out, a whole community has been wiped out. And you are right. For 2 days, over 20 communities, over 150 persons killed, where the governor put it at least over 100. He says they don't have the exact figures yet, but that they will try to collate the figures so that I can give President Tinubu later today a comprehensive report. Even if it is one person, One human life should not be wasted because of the ineffectuality of the state, because of the state failing to protect its own people. The governor, we put the question to him that, okay, is this as a result of ethnicity or politics? He said, no, this is just a case of criminality. The logic of conflict, the logic of war, is that wherever it happens, whether it's in Nigeria or in Bethlehem or in Palestinian territory, it abbreviates human joy. It abbreviates human happiness. And there can be no explanation for it. And as the governor himself had pointed out, you know, it's unjustified, it's brutal, it's barbaric.
Yes. That
people will just die and the state will be given excuses. Now, how are you going to replace those lives lost? As one of your tweets said, when are we going to have peace? Not just in Plateau, but across Nigeria. This is the dilemma that we face.
Yes.
And one of the major priorities for the present administration and for governments, even at the subnational level, is to ensure that Nigerians live in peace. Non-Nigerians also living in our borders can feel secure.
Yes.
As I pointed out, this is a government that is looking for investment. If you are looking for investment and there are security challenges in your country and people can be killed anyhow, how are you going to attract that investment? Although there are some people who push the specious argument that even when there is danger in Nigeria, there is insecurity, that investors will come. Well, maybe the investors that come will be those portfolio fly-by-night investors. But if you are looking for real long-term investment, then of course you have to, first of all, fulfill the constitutional obligation of ensuring the security and welfare of the people. The governor of Plateau State has said they will adopt proactive measures, kinetic and non-kinetic. Now, these phrases are very easy to mouth. The impact, the meaning of it will be measured in terms of Nigerian people feeling safe in this territory called Nigeria.